Vegas Night Court with Oscar Goodman.
The plaintiff in this case,
Candy Box, is suing her ex-boyfriend for stolen property and pain and suffering. Defendant, Big Daddy Kane, says the plaintiff is a scorned woman looking for a payday.
Miss Box, you're the plaintiff?
I am,
Is
Your
that
Honor.
your real name?
Well, it's not. It's my given name now. It's my legal name, but my given name was Hodge, my maiden name.
Okay, and you said that apparently you had a problem with Mr. Kane and that he destroyed certain personal effects that you had and then glued them together, and basically what had been a nice relationship at one point in time is now one in disrepair. Is that a fair statement?
That's very fair.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what happened?
So, Your Honor, Sean and I grew up together in Norman, Oklahoma. We moved to Las Vegas so that I could pursue the dream of being a showgirl here on the Strip, and he could pursue the dream of being a dealer. And things for Sean didn't work out, so he lost his position, and I've been the sole breadwinner in the relationship for 5 years now.
And what did you do for a living?
I was a dancer in Jubilee, and then I lost that position because my kicks weren't high enough. And so I...
Ooh, please?
So we got a little desperate, and Sean thinks that he is Mr. Marketing and the brains behind our relationship, and he decided to start an escort service and use me as the escort, and he would be my booking agent. And so we've had a very successful business up until now, and Sean basically caught me talking to another business proprietor because he knows that the NBA lockout, I'm going to have a lot of business coming my way. And he got jealous, and he went back to my duplex and slashed all of my lingerie. He slashed $2,000 worth of G-strings and brassieres, Your Honor. And these are high-end brassieres. I don't shop at any place. I buy Notori and I buy La Perla. This was a $550 peignoir set that he cut, and he super glued it back together on a big piece of cardboard and put it in our front yard, and said that Candy is a slut on it, and for all of our HOA to see.
Okay.
Which is quite
let's hear from Mr. Kane. Those are pretty serious allegations, sir.
Yes, those are seriously false, Your Honor. With all due respect, I think that this is about one thing and one thing only. As you can see, Selena here is now my #1, and I think Miss Box over here is just a little jealous of that, and I had to drop her, and I paid her out.
Let me ask you something, because I'm not familiar really with the escort business. I assume that brought you money as a result of certain dates that she had. Is that the way it works?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you advertise on her behalf that she has certain services she's going to perform in order to generate fees for yourself?
It's just a dating service. People who are lonely want to have a good dinner and that sort of thing. And
you understand that here in Las Vegas, prostitution is illegal. I mean,
yes, sir.
Sometimes it's hard to tell that when you come into some of the hotel and casinos about 2 o'clock in the evening, but
yes, sir.
She wasn't engaged in any acts of
No,
prostitution.
sir. Nothing like that.
So this is strictly an escort service, right?
Strictly an escort service, exactly.
All right. And there came a time then that you had an argument with one another.
We had an argument, and yes, I did witness, you know, she's been having later nights than I was used to, and so I became a little suspicious, and I could tell that, you know, she wasn't remaining faithful to the business and to me, and that's about it. I mean, first of all...
Did you cut up her lingerie?
I did not cut up her lingerie. First of all, she never even wears panties.
Did you?
That's true.
That may be because she doesn't have them anymore after they've been cut up.
No.
You can't wear what you don't have.
With all due respect, I would never try to make an arts and crafts that I can hang up on a refrigerator made of panties. Why would I do that?
Okay, so your testimony is under oath that you didn't do it?
Yes, sir.
All right, and your testimony under oath is that he did do it?
Yes.
Okay, now what does the young lady have to say about any of this?
His hands are much too busy with me to be doing anything about cutting up stuff.
And what line of work are you in, ma'am?
I'm in the same line of business. It's very obvious that Ms. Box is Pahrump and I'm obviously Vegas. So she's a little washed up, I'm not so much. I'm the next best thing and she's jealous.
What do you do?
I'm his #1 escort girl.
Okay, and what do you do when you go out on a date?
Just provide gentlemen like yourself company.
Well, I wouldn't include me in that group. I've been married for 49 years and my wife would kill me if I was with you.
You'd be surprised, Your Honor. You'd be surprised.
No, you'd be surprised if she didn't kill me.
Well, that's true. I hope not.
You would never go out with a married man, would you, ma'am?
No, sir, not unless, you know.
Not
They
unless
paid
what?
for it.
Not unless what?
They paid for it.
They paid for what?
Just to have an
For
escort.
steak dinner.
I get a feeling, and I've always had this feeling about these escort services, that maybe they're not really escort services, that maybe they're just fronts for prostitution. And you wouldn't do anything like that, would you?
They're a little shady.
I don't know.
Pretty shady.
So I just want to know, any prostitution at all in this or not?
Absolutely not.
Okay, because if there were, I would tell you to take your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination, since prostitution, as you know, is not legal in Clark County.
Right.
All right, well, I think I've heard enough, quite honest with you, that this whole thing has the odor of mendacity to me, and I think I'm going to award Miss Box.
Me too, Your Honor. Me too.
Okay, well, I'm not awarding you anything right now, Miss Bailiff, okay?
Hey.
That'll come later, but
Judge.
Look, all right, so what we're doing, we're going to resolve this. I'm going to award Miss Box $1, and we're going to call it a day because I think you're all bums. Case adjourned.